In no particular order and to be written in stone. Content dictates form, less is more, God is in the details, all in the service of clarity, without which nothing else matters. Stephen Sondheim wrote these words in the preface of his book Finishing the Hat, and they are the best lessons I've learned for writing musical theater. Let's break them down. Content dictates form. What you're saying should 100% influence the way you say it. This is a practice that most of us have in our daily lives, and we don't even think about it. For instance, if you're going to express gratitude to someone, you may say something like, "Thank you." It is unlikely that saying, "Thank you," will get your point across. The subtext does not say gratitude. On the other side of that coin, if you say, "I hate you," that's also not going to get your point across because those words do not match the tone. Even though this is kind of natural for us, putting your brain to this point specifically as you write musical theater will help point your writing in the direction it wants to go and should go. A good example of this would be how, since Into the Woods is based on fairy tales, all the character establishment songs for the main characters in that show are structured like little journeys, just like fairy tales. Mother said straight ahead, there are giants in the sky. He's a very smart prince. Content informs the music as well. A Little Night Music is written so that all of the music is either in 3 or feels like it is in 3. This gives us a sense that the entire show is written like a waltz, which is super appropriate to its setting of 1900s Sweden in the aristocracy. However, it also gives us a sense of the relationships between the characters. The characters often dance with each other and around each other, and sometimes even switch partners, just like a waltz. Less is more. Now, this may be the hardest of the 3 lessons for most musical theater writers, but that makes it all the more important. One of the most difficult things about writing musical theater, in my opinion, is the need for brevity. Lyrics take up a smaller space on the stage than dialogue does, but they often have to say more than dialogue even can. We are condensing plot, character, emotion, and action into lines that are being sung. Which means that, in order for the audience to understand everything, amidst the extra sensory stimulation of music, everything has to be crystal clear and there needs to be enough room for breath. Otherwise, songs will end up being twice as long as they should be and will muddy their own message by using more words than the audience can comfortably take in. Everything needs to be in service of the main objective, and anything else is cuttable fluff. On the music side, the favorite phrase of Rick Fryer, one of my moderators at the BMI workshop, was, "The eraser is your best friend." And it's so true. It's so great to create things that are intricate and full, but the moment that they begin to distract and take away from the main purpose of the song, the music needs to be simplified. For myself, I often find that I'm mostly deleting notes when I'm editing music, and I think vocalists and instrumentalists would both thank me for it. God is in the details. The most important resource you have as a musical theater writer is your real estate. There's only so much space on the page, and there are only so many minutes that the audience will be with you. None of that real estate can be wasted. Which means that the main thing that can elevate a piece from fine to good and from good to great is the level of detail infused into the piece. This is how you can grab an audience and then keep them the entire time. Were audiences conscious of the fact that Sondheim's bean theme in Into the Woods, bum 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 bum, appeared everywhere that the beans were important and connected to the plot? Probably not, but it was a great subconscious marker for them to tie the entire piece together and give a little bit of familiarity as you go along and new information is learned. But subconsciously, it ties the whole story together in a way that feels both familiar and new and keeps everyone's attention on the action on stage. Sondheim says that all of this is in service of clarity, without which nothing else matters, and nothing could be more true. The moment that an audience becomes confused or is uncertain, their attention is lost, and then it's almost impossible to get them back. If you want more writing lessons influenced by Stephen Sondheim, watch this video on the proper use of rhyme next. Otherwise, all I can say is, thank you, Mr. Sondheim. Thank you.